Okay, previous day up to previous day, whatever we have learned, that is Servlet. Servlet is going on, and inside the Servlet, some extra knowledge you must need. Extra knowledge in the sense that knowledge you are going to implement both Servlet and JSP. So Servlet and JSP, both the thing actually this particular thing works. So that's why some theoretical part actually we are going to discuss today. Not heavy, very basic programming. Programming नहीं करवाएंगे. So very basic theoretical part we are only to cover today. So सबलेट बेसिकली आज का जो क्लास है वो थोड़ा सा जीएसपी में भी काम आएगा. दैट्स प्लीज इसके बाद सबलेट के अंदर जो भी पढ़ेंगे, सबलेट का बेसिक आइडिया तुम्हें मिल गया है. दैट इज सबलेट इज अ बेसिकली जावा प्रोग्राम that will take the interfaces of from Java Servlet interface that will take, and that will implement the Java Servlet interface, and using the some do post and do get method, it will actually create the HTML page dynamically. That's the basic idea of Servlet. Now, what is the basic difference between Servlet and Java applications? So Servlet, Java application basically have main function. Java application basically have main function. Main function Java application में होता है. कभी भी तुम Java program लिखोगे without main function, you will not write Java program. That means public static void main. That public static void main is not present in Servlet. That is the basic difference between these two. So where actually this particular main function lies? Definitely Servlet must have the main function. So where this main function actually lies? This is actually in the server. This main function is actually in the server. There are Servlet container. So you must specify this is Servlet container. There are a Servlet container. मैं Servlet lifestyle के पढ़ने वक्त तुम देखे थे, एक Servlet container is there to handle all the request and response. So this Servlet container actually have this main function. Basically Servlet page, Servlet programming does not have this particular main function. Servlet web container actually have basic main functions. What it will do? Whatever the whenever the request comes, it will create a thread, and according to the thread, it will call the do post or do get method, and dynamically it will create the HTML page, and it will return to the Servlet container. That is the basic task of Servlet container. So basically, main function lies in Servlet container. That is a server. That is in server. And do get or do post method actually does the Servlet. That means entry point of Servlet is do get or do post method. Now your task, your concern is where the init destroy, that all methods where this particular thing lies. Your main concern is, अब मैं बोला था init, service and destroy, these three methods actually Java Servlet lifecycle have. Then where this three function is there? These functions are inside the Servlet container. जहां main function है, उस main function के अंदर तीन function होगा, तीन method होगा. One is init, another is service, and third one is destroy. And that three actually within this Servlet service method, do get and do post method will call. Within the service method, do get and do post will call. So do get and do post, see, entry point for Servlet is via, so that means Servlet is inside a main program, main method. Servlet जब भी call होगा, so Servlet, please try to understand this thing, कि Servlet is a Java program, मैंने बोला था, but it is not a Java program exactly, because Java application must have a main function, main method, but Servlet does not have Java main method. Servlet have only do get or do post method, and do get do post method actually enters the Servlet code. Total entry point of the Servlet is do get or do post method, and do get and do post method is inside the main function, inside the service function of main function. That's the thing, please try to understand. And Servlet actually interact with request and response mode. Servlet container will interact with a request and response mode. So that's the specific thing you have to learn. here इससे पहले मैं ये जब करवा रहे थे तो समझ में आया होगा तुमको। ठीक, this thing, this particular thing, whenever I have discussed this particular thing, so servlet container basically have this main function and it will call some init. It have main function, it will call init, service and destroy. Whenever service method call, that actually have, please try to understand this very carefully. If servlet have, the servlet container have main function basically, and whenever it will call init, service and destroy, these three method inside the main, and whenever service method will call, it will call a particular servlet page. Whenever service will call, it will call a particular servlet page. Inside this, it is a servlet page, and init, this do get and do post method is comes under this particular service method. That thing you must understand where this actually servlet pages lies. So whenever you are creating that servlet pages, that servlet pages is inside the service method, not init, not destroy, but init, destroy and service. These three are inside the main function, which is inside the servlet container. So basically that is the basic difference between servlet and servlet here. Okay, that is the basically servlet. कहाँ चले गए हम, रुको एक मिनट। So here, okay, so these three methods actually have a API inside the API. That means inside the container, inside the main method. That is basically clearly understandable. And servlet basically gives a typically HTML page. That means primary servlet output is typically HTML page. That means servlet actually creates a HTML page dynamically. Servlet actually creates the HTML page dynamically. That's the whole process actually you must understand. So that is the basic difference between servlet and Java applications. So a question आता है, what is the difference between servlet and Java applications? Java application must have main function, but servlet does not have main function. It has the entry point is do get or do post method. Now we are trying to hear, sometimes you have to make the pages like page count, how many times you are going to catch the servlet page. कोई particular page है, जिस particular page को तुम ये गिनना चाहते हो कि how many times it is accessed. Sometimes it's zero. तो उसके लिए ये program लिखना पड़ेगा. So whatever program we have previously, that is same. Whatever we have the codes the same. Only one single variable you must add inside this visit, that is a global inside the Java inside the new servlet option. This is globally taken private in visit 0, and whenever the do post is called or do get is called, at that time visit plus plus will be incremented. That means this will count. So simple, this is very simple. Visit, that is an example I have taken. This is example I have taken. Sometimes you need this particular thing, how many times your page will be accessed. That is very important thing to count. So you generally we try to do this in my page. So I have to track that how many times my pages is visiting. So that tracking technique is just simple thing. Whenever do post method, यहाँ से तुम्हें पता चल रहा है कि what is the entry point of do post. Inside just the do post, you click visits plus plus. So you take a visit 0. Here you take visit plus plus. That means what is the entry point of a Java program, a Java servlet program? It is a do post method. Whenever do post method will call, first it will increased. That's a simple thing. So why this thing actually telling? This thing is an example of this. The entry point of to Java code is definitely do get or do post method. So that actually support this particular visit actually support this line. That means whenever servlet code is calling, servlet code is calling, at that time you are incrementing the pages. That means how many times your page is visiting, that will count using that particular. एक बार तुम्हारा do post call हुआ, visit plus plus होगा, दूसरा बार do post call होगा, visit plus plus होगा. That actually support that particular line. Is entry point of the servlet code is do post method. So that's the thing, simple thing. इसका result तुम देखो. Welcome बाबू is the same similar यहाँ तक हम लोग करके दिखाए भी थे. Now you are visited one times. First time when you call this, first time. Second time you are two times. So that the simple thing it will do. So एक बार फिर से तुम back करके फिर से click करो, it will increase by 1. The visiting is increased by 1. Now basically this is the program for supporting that particular line. The basic code is same, only you have to add just one line globally, one variable globally, that is say private, and then you should increment after just the inside of do get on do post. Just the inside portion of do get or do post, you just increase that particular value and you get this particular thing. So now the basic thing is coming कि HTTP request and response में क्या रहता है. So that means whenever you are trying to request a servlet page, or whenever you are trying to respond the servlet page, or whenever you are trying to request the JSP page or servlet JSP page, and what is the reply of JSP page? I am telling JSP and servlet both. So this HTTP header have some particular information. This is called, that means this is a package of some small parts of headers. That means total is a package. HTTP request, basically it is a package of data. Simple, it is a packet of data or information. So headers actually have, this means is part of that particular package. HTTP request is a package, and inside that HTTP request there are small parts of headers, and each and every header actually have a specific role. That means specific information it is taking. So what are the informations? What are the informations for HTTP request response?